Mavuika Melt, Varesa Overload, Skirk Freeze, Flins Electro-Charge, or Lauma teams. These are some of the strongest team compositions in the current meta. But as always, Genshin is a gacha game, and the meta only shifts when new characters drop with fresh mechanics and enemies. Still, it's not entirely free from those characters that define the game long-term. Nervalet, for example, has been around for almost 2 years now and remains the strongest Hydro unit. You could call it luck or being blessed by the Hoyo gods, but he's not alone. Naida and Kazuha are also among the units who will keep their value even as new characters release.
Some old 4-star like Bennett, Xingqiu, and Xiangling are still the best options in their roles, even after so many patches. This raises the big question: who among the Nod-Krai characters will still be relevant in meta even after the Sneznaya era?
But before we dive in, if you want to get them easily, check out Loot Bar, which is currently offering an extra discount for the new version, up to 25% cheaper than the in-game price, but only for a limited time. On top of that, there are fresh coupons available, and don't forget, the shop reset that gives double rewards also applies on Loot Bar. Just click the top link in the description, pick your server, enter your UID, and the Genesis crystals are delivered to your account. They're trusted by hundreds of thousands of players worldwide, and new users also get an extra 10% coupon on their first purchase. Don't miss out. It's the best way to prepare for Lauma or any upcoming banners. Now, let's start with the Evergreen characters. Keep in mind, for this script, we'll only be going through 5 stars, but if you also want a breakdown of 4 stars, let me know in the comments. If you think the first names that come to mind are Archons, you're not wrong, but not all of them are truly evergreen. Characters like Raiden Shogun and Zhongli, once considered absolutely broken, have slowly fallen off. Raiden still works as an off-field support, but she's been replaced by stronger options, and Zhongli has become less of a must-pull, especially after the release of Lanyan and Citlali. But we still have some Archons that remain top tier. Naida and Furina are the big ones here. Even after the massive nerfs during the first phase of Nod-Krai, where Lauma's kit devalued damage bonus effects, both of them still hold strong. Furina remains the best option for Mavuika Vape or Neuvillette teams, and she even finds synergy with Varesa. Naida, on the other hand, continues to scale in value thanks to her versatility. With Lauma and Nefer, she isn't the absolute best partner, but she's always the next best option, giving you a reliable backup if you miss out on newer releases. Moving on to non-Archon units, we cannot forget Nervalet, the Dragon Sovereign. Since his release, he's consistently been at the top of the DPS tier list, and Hoyoverse has only made him stronger with indirect buffs. Zelonin in version 5.1, Citlali in 5.3, Escoffier in 5.6, and Inefa in 5.8. Even Lauma has potential as a strong team partner. His multipliers have technically fallen off a bit with time, but it barely matters. His insane AoE coverage, arguably the best in the game, combined with team flexibility, keeps him firmly at the top.
And with upcoming characters like Durin and Columbina, he may even break into vape setups, which could push his value even higher. Coming to other units, Varesa Overload is still the strongest electro carry team in the game, even stronger than Flins' current teams. And of course, we can't forget about the strongest team right now, Mavuika Melt. She is simply in another tier, especially when paired with someone like Citlali. The damage difference between her and other units is massive, and with the recent leaks confirming Alice is not playable, and Durin as a sub-DPS, she currently has no real competition. Her Melt teams will almost certainly remain among the strongest, if not the strongest, even by the end of Nod-Krai. But that's not all. Looking ahead at future traits, especially with new support artifact sets that provide extra elemental mastery, and Columbina shaping up as a powerful support/buffer, Mavuika could also expand into top-tier vaporized teams. This makes her not only dominant now, but also extremely flexible and meta for a long time. Before jumping further into characters, it's very important to analyze what the future meta will actually depend on, which brings us to artifact sets. These are the true pillars of how a nation's characters are built, as we've seen in the past. Deepwood and Gilded Dreams in Sumeru, Mauritius Hunter and Golden Troop in Fontaine, even Obsidian and Scroll in Notlin. Now, with the artifact and new mechanics in Nod-Krai, it's clear the region will be focused heavily on elemental mastery, unlike Notlin's damage bonus focus. This means characters that scale with EM will naturally be the top priority over those who rely on raw damage bonus. And if you want to see a complete tier list of rerun characters, check out the video link in the description. Now, coming to the newer units in Nod-Krai, starting with Lauma and Nefer. As we already know, Nefer is a Lunar-Bloom DPS, making her the best fit in Lauma teams. Thanks to early calculations, she is shaping up to be the second strongest DPS, right behind Skirk Premium. But unlike Skirk, Nefer is only going to get better, especially once Columbina, rumored to be a Hydro support, arrives. Nefer is looking like a powerhouse, even with her restrictions. If you want her full breakdown, check out this video. The same applies to Flins, who will also benefit from Columbina's release. But if you ask me which duo is better, Lauma and Nefer, or Flins and Nefer, I'd say Nefer's combo takes the edge. If you want a full breakdown of this comparison, let me know in the comments. Now, let's move forward to versions 6.2 and 6.3, which brings some of the most awaited characters, Durin and Columbina. Durin is expected to be a Pyro sub-DPS or support, often referred to as the support of Nod-Krai, which shows his future potential, especially with Hydra units like Neuvillette, Mualani, or Columbina herself. And given his lore as the second playable dragon, he's absolutely shaping up to be a must-pull. And Columbina? I don't even need to explain. She practically fits into every team so far, and as the Archon figure of Nod-Krai, her pull value is immense.
She will be the center of the Nod-Krai meta and is going to shape how future teams are built. Columbina isn't just a buffer for current units, she's expected to work as a buffer even for future characters like Nicole and Sandrone. But at the same time, leaks suggest she may also have her own on-field team, where she takes on a DPS role, especially with the rumored release of a new character called the White Adeptus, said to drop right after her banner. This raises a real question. Should you prioritize building the Columbina Premium team, which is obviously going to be the strongest team after her release? And if so, who are the other two units you'd run alongside her? If you want a full breakdown of this, let me know in the comments. As for the rest, we don't know much yet about future characters like Varka, Nicole, or even Sandrone. But judging by past patterns, there's a strong chance that many of their teams will also revolve around Columbina in some way. So if you ask me who to prioritize for the strongest possible future teams, the answer is simple. Focus on characters that are universal and open up flexible team options, unlike Skirk. And just to be clear, I'm not saying Skirk is weak, but will she get any stronger from here? The answer is no. Freeze, as a reaction, has no multiplier that scales with elemental mastery. And given the direction of the meta, non-reaction teams are going to fall behind. Especially for a character like Skirk, who can't really be paired outside of Freeze, she ends up being one of the characters I'd personally recommend skipping. And please, don't flood the comments saying you play her in Melt, and she's better than Mavuika. LOL. So here's the real key. If you want to consistently clear endgame content and stay meta-relevant in Nod-Krai, you need to focus on characters that enable strong reactions and have a wide range of team options. Raw damage will only keep a character strong until someone stronger comes along, but characters that evolve with future synergies will always remain the true meta. With that, let me know what you think the next big meta reaction will be. Will it be Vape or the so-called Aino Bloom? And don't forget to participate in the giveaway. More info is in the description.